Take a look around you for a moment. The window beside you, the bottle on your desk, even the screen you're watching right now. They may seem completely different, but they all share one incredible secret. Every one of them began as ordinary sand. Yes, the same rough grains you find on a beach. So how can something so common become crystal clear glass that's strong enough for skyscrapers, precise enough for smartphones, and useful in almost every part of modern life? The answer combines geology, chemistry, and engineering in one of humanity's oldest manufacturing processes. Let's find out. Glass is everywhere. It lets sunlight into our homes, protects us from the weather, stores food and medicine, and powers everything from cameras to telescopes. The average person interacts with glass dozens of times every day, often without even noticing. Yet every piece of glass begins with one surprisingly simple ingredient: silica sand. But here's the first surprise. Not all sand can become glass.
Ordinary beach sand usually contains salt, clay, shell fragments, iron, and many other natural impurities. Those impurities would make the finished glass cloudy, weak, or slightly colored. Instead, manufacturers use high-purity silica sand, containing more than 99% silicon dioxide. This is the main ingredient responsible for the strength and clarity of glass. Before it's ready for production, the sand goes through several cleaning stages. It is washed to remove dirt and clay, screened to ensure uniform particle size, and powerful magnets remove tiny traces of iron that could give the glass an unwanted green tint. Some modern factories even use optical sorting systems capable of inspecting thousands of particles every second, rejecting anything that doesn't meet strict quality standards. Only then is the sand ready for manufacturing. Here's something amazing. Silicon makes up about 28% of Earth's crust, making it the second most abundant element after oxygen. Yet only a small fraction of natural sand is pure enough to produce crystal clear glass. Nature provides the raw material. Engineering transforms it. Now here's where things get interesting. If glass is mostly made from sand, why not simply heat the sand until it melts? Because pure silica melts at around 1700 degrees Celsius, that's over 3000 degrees Fahrenheit, hotter than the lava produced by many volcanoes. Heating factories to those temperatures would consume enormous amounts of energy. So how do manufacturers solve this problem? The answer lies in a carefully balanced recipe. The purified silica sand is mixed with two key ingredients: soda ash and limestone. Soda ash lowers the melting temperature to around 1500 degrees Celsius, making the process far more energy efficient. Limestone strengthens the finished glass and improves its durability. Many factories also add cullet, small pieces of clean, recycled glass. Because cullet has already been processed once before, it melts much faster than raw materials. That means lower fuel consumption, lower production costs, and fewer carbon emissions. In many factories, recycled glass makes up 30% or more of every new batch. Here's another incredible fact. Glass is one of the few materials that can be recycled repeatedly without losing its quality. A bottle recycled today could become another bottle, a window, or even part of a future skyscraper. The finished mixture now enters a massive industrial furnace operating at around 1500 degrees Celsius. As the temperature rises, the raw materials soften, react with one another, and gradually transform into a glowing orange liquid. At this point, it no longer looks like sand. It looks more like a river of molten lava. Tiny air bubbles trapped inside the liquid slowly rise to the surface and disappear, creating smooth, uniform molten glass ready for shaping. Here's something most people don't know. Many industrial glass furnaces operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, often for 10 to 15 years without shutting down. Cooling the furnace could damage its heat-resistant lining and require weeks of repairs before production can begin again. That's why these furnaces are monitored continuously by teams of engineers.
At this stage, the sand has completely disappeared. All that's left is a glowing river of molten glass. But how does this blazing hot liquid become perfectly flat windows, perfectly shaped bottles, or the ultra-thin glass protecting your smartphone? The answer involves gravity, air pressure, and one of the smartest engineering innovations ever developed. Now comes one of the most fascinating parts of the entire process. The molten glass must be shaped while it's still hot and flexible. Different products require different techniques. For window glass, manufacturers use the float glass process. Instead of pressing the glass flat, the glowing liquid flows onto a bath of molten tin. Because tin is denser than glass, the glass floats smoothly across the surface, while gravity naturally spreads it into a perfectly flat sheet. The result is crystal clear glass with an incredibly smooth surface, used in homes, office buildings, and skyscrapers around the world. Making bottles is completely different. A precisely measured blob of molten glass, called a gob, drops into a metal mold. Powerful compressed air is then blown inside, expanding the soft glass until it perfectly matches the shape of the mold. The transformation takes only a few seconds. Modern production lines can manufacture hundreds of bottles every minute, with each bottle nearly identical to the last.
A single modern float glass factory can produce more than 600 tons of glass every day. That's enough to supply thousands of homes with new windows every single day. Shaping the glass is only half the challenge. Cooling it correctly is just as important. If hot glass cools too quickly, the outer surface hardens before the inside. That creates invisible internal stress. The glass may look perfect, but it could crack from a small impact or a sudden temperature change. To prevent this, every piece enters a long temperature-controlled tunnel called an annealing layer. Here, the temperature is reduced slowly and evenly, allowing the entire piece to cool at the same rate. This removes internal stress and gives the glass the strength and durability needed for everyday use. Without this step, even high-quality glass could fail.
After cooling, every piece of glass is carefully inspected. High-speed cameras and advanced sensors scan for scratches, bubbles, cracks, and other tiny defects. Some systems can detect flaws smaller than the width of a human hair. Only flawless glass moves on to packaging. Anything that doesn't meet strict quality standards is crushed and sent back to the furnace. Nothing goes to waste. That's because glass can be recycled again and again without losing its quality. Unlike many other materials, it can be melted and remade into new products almost endlessly. So, how is glass made from sand? It starts with carefully selected silica sand. The sand is cleaned and purified, mixed with special minerals, heated until it becomes a glowing liquid, shaped into its final form, cooled slowly to remove hidden stress, then inspected to ensure every piece meets the highest standards. From a handful of ordinary sand to one of the most useful materials ever created. It's a journey powered by science, precision, and centuries of innovation.
The next time you look through a window, pick up a glass bottle, or unlock your smartphone, remember, you're not just looking at glass. You're looking at millions of tiny grains of sand, transformed by incredible heat, ingenious engineering, and thousands of years of human knowledge. It's one of the greatest transformations in manufacturing, and it's happening every single day. Every object around us has an incredible story hidden inside it. So, what everyday product should we explore next? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more amazing manufacturing documentaries. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.